Hi, my name is Fernando, and I'm going to do In the Cell of George Lynch. Check it out. So George Lynch has been one of my all-time favorites. Probably number two on my list. Number one being, and sorry, George. But I probably play more in the style of George than anybody else. There's just certain things about my playing that I have often gotten compared to, but it rubs off. An influence is an influence. And he's definitely one of them. And there's many things that I love about his playing. The biggest thing I have to say that separates him from everybody else is the vibrato. He's got the best command of vibrato of anybody, as far as I'm concerned, in my humble opinion. His vibrato is definitely his voice. And when you think of George Lynch, I think you think of speed and everything, but I think his vibrato is above everything else. He was, of course, one of the greats from the 80s, 90s. I still think he's one of the greats today. And he will forever be remembered as one of the best, again, in my opinion. And so I'm just going to show some of the things that I've learned from George and some of the things that hopefully I can pass on. When I did the song at the beginning, one of the things that I wanted to try to emphasize were certain parts of his playing, like his vibrato, and even his vibrato in the rhythm parts. It adds a lot, I think, and I think it spices things up instead of just going. He has this one really exaggerated side-to-side movement, which I never done. I find it really strange. It works for him. I've seen others do it, but I can't do it. But one of his other things is just regular left-hand vibrato, like traditional vibrato. And it's really a digging in kind of vibrato, and it's a little bit wide and slow. The other vibrato that's key is, I think, his use of the whammy bar. It's another extension of his playing, and I think it's something that I like to incorporate too, especially when you want something really, really exaggerated. And your left hand starts to give out on you. So it helps out a lot. Another part of his playing are the pinch harmonics. I love pinch harmonics, and he uses them really, really well. But not just your traditional pinch harmonic. He will play on the high strings, and depending on the tone you have, it'll you get overtones, and you get another aspect of his playing that he uses a lot are arpeggios. One of the things that makes his playing very interesting, and I just did it there at the end, the song is in A minor, and he'll use the major third and many other aspects of different scales all in one guitar solo. He'll go from A Aeolian to A major to A Mixolydian, and wherever the hell he feels like it. A blues, and not just a traditional A pentatonic. I will not just use traditional pentatonic when I play. I will almost always throw in that blues note, which is the flat fifth. In this case, it's D sharp in A, and that's really a cool note to use. One of his licks that he did years ago, and I use it in this solo. Another thing is to take your minor third and bring it up to a major third. Kind of wakes up the ear when you hear something like that, and he's really good at doing that and throwing that in there. It just gives new interest to the guitar solo. There's a lot more to his playing. I just touched on a few things, some of the things that I think are pretty important. Discover his playing is amazing, can I say. Hope you enjoyed it, and come back next time.